And then I feel like this is where the urban community is. So, I mean, I love helping my peoples because they need me. You know what I mean? They need me. And so I want to give back to my community.
All right, come on, let's get this cracking.
Can you picture this? Right, baby, good looking, baby. CYP got another. I see y'all. Yeah. Can you picture this? You know, rocking with CYPT. Podcast of the D with Claire and the crew. It's like my CTV. They be getting the game out so much, you could take the same route. Especially if you take risks, this YouTube, you make sense.
What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? You're listening to the CYPT podcast, the podcast of the strongest, fastest, most powerful print shop on this side of the Eastern Seaboard. I'm just Niles.
It's your boy Boogie behind the camera.
I'm Clay, also known as Fearless, and today we got another special guest in the house, Demetrius Cornelius Taylor. Taylor Made. What's up, bro?
What's up? What's up, brother?
What's up?
I was going to ask you about the Taylor Made.
Taylor Made. Where'd you get that name from?
Taylor Made? Oh, man, it's a family name. It derives from the last name Taylor. You know, it's Taylor Made.
So
sounds good.
That's where you came up with Taylor Made Construction, right?
Taylor Made Renovations.
Renovations.
You made the shirt.
Yeah,
She right
of
here.
course. we make all your gear.
Great products.
All your gear. Tell
I'm
me,
loving it.
how has that impacted your business? Just the fact that you how you promote yourself, because you promote yourself pretty heavily out here, so you spend quite a few dollars.
Yeah.
How's the return on what you spend? How has it helped you in your business
And your branding.
and your branding?
Well, it's organized. Everybody has on the T-shirt. I mean, any kind of bottoms you want, but people like to see organizations.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's clean. We look together, and so it's not hard to pick us apart.
Like just wearing it out in the street. Have anybody ever said, like, what's that? Like, what you do?
Oh man,
Like,
I was in the store, and the guy was like, he was behind me. He said, "Do you do drywall?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I need you to come to my house." So that was just from the shirt.
so it paid for
Uh,
itself.
Right. So I was able to just reach in the pocket, boom,
Give him a business card.
there you go. And he called me that night, went over there, gave him my estimate, signed the contract. There it is. So, I mean, that's important. Branding is so important. Advertisement, you know, if I can put it on a big poster board, you know, on the freeway, it's going to happen, you know. But that's some future plans, you know.
Yeah, it'll happen.
Yeah.
If you believe it'll happen, it'll happen.
Yeah.
Now,
That's
what all
right.
does Taylor Made Renovations do? Or, like, give me
Well,
an overview.
we specialize in interior, exterior renovations such as roofing, windows, doors, siding, even stone installed, interior, kitchen, bathroom, basement remodel, bedroom, sexy bedroom remodels.
Sexy bedroom?
Yeah.
Sexy bathroom, too.
Luxury stuff, yeah.
Okay.
Love the luxury stuff, you know. I just feel like it's 2023, man.
Why not?
Things need to change. We need to get out the 80s and the 90s and let's make it look like the millennium.
For real.
You feel me? That's what my mind is.
So, all cutting edge stuff.
When I'm talking with my customers, I like to share like some real nice product materials with them. And hopefully they'll be on the same page as me and we can make it happen. We can come together and make something beautiful.
How do you present that?
Well, through,
How do you show?
I use the social media platforms, Instagram.
So, some of the things that you've already
Taylor Made
shown.
them.
You have a website as well?
And website,
Okay.
Taylor Made Renovation with no S on the end, .com, and Facebook, Demetrius Taylor. You will see the logo, Taylor Made Renovations. Yep. So, and Google. And there's a couple other platforms that's out there, but it's you can't miss me. I'm all on the web.
I know.
Yeah.
And you serve
Metropolitan Detroit.
okay. As most of your
So the metropolitan area, such as Downriver, Wayne County, Oakland County, from I would say from Monroe all the way up to Pontiac.
would you say it's spread out pretty equally, or is it most based in Detroit?
Well, you know what? I try to do more work in Detroit, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's my backyard.
Right.
Yep.
I got to work all in my backyard. I mean, that's my thing. It's, you know, when you're doing this kind of work, being mobile, time is money. So you don't have to travel far. I mean, they're rebuilding the city, but if I don't have to travel far, I'm not going to travel far for no work. You know,
Right.
The money is here. And then I feel like this is where the urban community is. So I mean, I love helping my peoples because they need me. You know what I mean? They need me, and so I want to give back to my community first. You know, and if I can spend more time here, you know, then that would be great. But if I have to outsource to another city, then it is what it is. You know, I'm not saying that to say that I'm just all for blacks. I'm all for people.
Right.
But blacks first. You know what I mean? Because of the struggle. You know, it's something that you can't dismiss.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's factual. It's history.
Can't sweep it under the rug.
And like they say, we all we got. You know, because certain other races is not going to come to our aid like we would for each other. You know what I mean? So that's important to me. You know, yeah.
Is it commercial and residential?
Yeah.
So, how'd you learn this skill? Is this something that you was brought on like in your family? Did your dad pass it down to you, uncles, or anything? Like, take me back to where you.
Well, back when I was coming up, my dad, he would paint around the house. So, by me being the youngest, I had to watch. I couldn't help out. So he never really put a paintbrush in my hand, but I just observed.
Right.
And moving forward, it just piqued my interest. I was dating a woman. Her dad was a contractor, and he was giving me some information about it, and I said, this is pretty cool. He actually asked me to help him install some drywall. So he was teaching me how to do it, and I was like, this is cool. Then I saw him cut a hole in the ceiling, and he fished the wire and installed a recessed light, and I was like, that's cool as hell. And I was like, I want to do that. I was always a hands-on type of person, you know, playing football, you know, building Legos coming up. Always had a creative mind, and then working for Art Van for a long period of time in industrial workplaces. So through all that history, it just ended up here at this moment in time, and I embraced it, and I didn't look back. You know, when I found out how to actually start the business, I ran with it. I took the information, ran with it, did what I had to do, and just made it a part of my life.
When was Taylor Made established?
This was back in 08, 09. Yeah, it was Taylor Made Home Improvement for a while, and then I switched it to Taylor Made Renovation.
So you just started out with like small in and out, like small little jobs, handyman type things, and then it just progressed into like renovations. Or tell me how that happened.
I mean, it really happened during the recession. That was
08
where it
recession?
happened. Yeah, the 08 recession, because people were stripping these houses, and then people started buying them, and they needed them put back together.
Right.
So I got so much work, and I was doing it alone, you know, for a while. And at the same time, I'm studying each skill, electrical, plumbing, and carpentry, and roofing, all that stuff.
So you do everything.
I had to learn this skill first off for me. You know, it wasn't like I'm gonna start this business so I can hire a skilled trade of every kind and put them to work. No, it was for me. You know, and then as it grew, then I started grabbing skilled guys here and there, as using them as subcontractors. But it's important for you to know this. Okay. For one, if someone is doing this type of work and they decide to leave or walk off, you got to be able to finish.
Right.
You know, or you're gonna be in the bind. You know, so it was good for me that I picked this skill up, and of course I can call another guy, but he might not be available.
Right.
So again, I'm in the bind and my money is held up. So we don't want that. We wanna be able to use the business to make the money, not make the money to run the business.
Right.
Yeah. And time efficient is important. We want to get in, get out. Things happen, life happens, because, I got some stories. Some things happen, and it took me longer than what was expected, but I finished. And that's the thing. You got to finish this, because it's a terrible thing to be able to have a nice contract and you don't finish and you leave it for another contractor to come in, because now it's like he can look at that situation with a heart to say, I'm going to help these people. Or he could say, you know what? Nah, whatever that other guy was doing, I need to tear all this down and redo this and redo that. But sometimes that has to be the case.
Have you ever been on that end where?
Oh man, I was on that end where I walked into a lot of guys' mess.
Right.
So
you was in that position where you say, "Oh no, I got to take all this apart."
But you really have to use discretion, because sometimes you do have to tear things out, because you're coming along, you're taking on this job, right?
Right.
So whatever happens, it's falling on you, right? So if it's something in this wall right here, I'm doing this whole room. If it's something in this wall that wasn't done right, they're gonna call you, because you're the last one. You said you can correct this and finish it.
Right.
So that's what I'm expecting. So if I never go on that wall and say, well, that looks good, let me just proceed on and finish the fixtures and finish the trim and finish the skim coating and flooring, and I'm out. Then later on, it's an issue.
Right.
And they call me, it's like, well, that wall looked fine. Well, no, it ain't fine. Maybe it caught a fire or something. Maybe when I plug something in, nothing's coming on. So you got to be real careful. Sometimes, like I said, you do have to tear things apart in order to inspect it to make sure that it's correct.
Okay.
There's never been a situation where you were like, oh no, I'm sorry. There's nothing that can be done here.
Nah.
No, there's
always a solution for Taylor.
There's always a solution.
Yeah.
This is my second nature. I've been doing this for so long that it's a second nature. It's like wake up in the morning, putting on clothes.
I know.
But
have you ever had? Sorry for cutting you off, but have you, like, when you get into like a bind?
Yeah.
Like, man, I never seen this before. Like,
that happens.
Yeah. So, do you have a mentor or a person that you always go to that you know he's gonna be able to help you figure it out? Or do you? Yeah. Or it just comes.
Some things it takes a lot of meditating to figure out certain things, because there could be situations and where people can walk out on you. You know what I mean? It could be a group of 4 guys, working on this project, and out of the 4 guys, 3 leave. Okay, for whatever reason, and I'm just using it as an example. And here I'm stuck with a big project with just 2 guys, and I'm thinking about other people that I know, and I'm making calls or whatever, and nobody's available. So what do I do? Do I quit? Do I tell the homeowner, hey, I can't finish this, I only got one guy, and our deadline is in 2 weeks, So, situations like that, sometimes you got to work a little longer.
Well, like
to be able to catch up. So that's a hard situation. It might not sound like a hard situation, but it's very difficult to be able to come to work with very few men, very few hands, whether it's men or women. That's a very difficult situation.
So has it happened to you?
It happened to me.
And then what did you do to get out of that situation, or how did you?
Well, I had to increase some hours and increase some off days,
Yeah.
And eventually I was able to pick up a few subcontractors to come in and help out. But
so when you late on a contract like that, so like if you don't meet the deadline, are they like stipulations put in place to, what with the homeowner? Do you? How does that work?
Communication.
Okay.
That's the key. Just let them know whatever's going on. It could be embarrassing, but you want to try to think of a way to present it where maybe it don't sound so embarrassing.
Right, because he ain't got
But
nothing to do with it.
they got to know
nothing to
what's
do with
going
that.
on. 2017, the end of 2017, my wife died.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So going into 2018, it was difficult, and it was a lot of probate court and all this. It was just crazy. Then I got the kids.
Oh, wow.
My 2 boys at home with me, and it was just nuts, man. And felt like a quarter of me was just cut off.
Yeah. I
so
can imagine.
I had to get through that. A lot of prayer, a lot of supplication, man, a lot of focus. Because I had them depending on me. So, and that's what kept me going. But the next year is when I experienced another breakdown with losing men, because of COVID. That was the end of 2019 going into 2020. Guys got sick. Guys didn't want to work.
So you say what year did your wife pass?
17.
17.
Yeah. So
Okay.
18, 19, the end of 19 started COVID.
COVID.
Okay.
Yeah. So 20, COVID, 21, 22.
Yeah, that was a
So
rough-
COVID was up and down, man. In business, you lose a lot of money, you make a lot of money. And you can lose a lot of money by simply just having less guys. If you got a crew of guys, because that's what I experienced.
Mm-hmm.
I lost a lot of money. A lot of money in like 2022, 21 to COVID, guys. But then they was giving us money back. But people didn't want to work. They were scared to go into houses, because of the COVID, and some people just didn't feel comfortable wearing a mask all day. So I mean, hey,
So post COVID,
you can take a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink.
Yeah.
So it's like,
wow.
if y'all don't want to work, that's fine with me. But I had to do what I had to do. Basically, just follow some of the orders that was given, gloves, masks, sanitary, just, being overly sanitary.
How old are your boys?
Well, now my youngest is 9,
Mm-hmm.
and my oldest is 15. Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, that's rough.
You were doing.
Oh, yeah, it was real rough.
So it's residential and commercial.
Mm-hmm.
So you lost a lot of people during COVID. How were you handling the commercial side of it?
Well, I eventually had some subcontractors come in.
Okay.
And I hired some people as well. So that helped clean it up, but I didn't give up. I had to just continue on with the project and finish.
How when did it ever seem like there was no way out or no light at the end of the tunnel?
I knew it was some light, but dang, when I'm gonna see it, because it was a journey, man. I mean, it was nights where I done fell asleep in the truck, like I'm tired, in the driveway, didn't even get out.
Yeah.
Just
Well, that happens.
grinding, man. You know what I'm saying? Just
That happened to
grinding.
me a couple days ago. I went
Yeah.
home and just
It wasn't purposely, just the body and the mind is just beat. Yeah. So I had to do what I had to do, and it was okay. I just told myself we gotta restructure. We gotta plan better.
I was going to ask you, did you come out stronger after that? And what were some things that you changed?
If you don't give up and you continue to believe in yourself, you have to replan. If this plan don't work, replan, do another plan, and continue on as needed, because circumstances change for everybody. Nothing stays the same. So you just have to be diligent.
so post COVID, does things start to pick up for you? When
Oh, it was crazy. It was busy.
yeah, really busy.
It was really busy.
So how did you restructure? What did you do to keep up with the demand?
Well, I had to cut back a little bit. And then I said, once I hire some more people, gain more relationships with different subcontractors, then I'll pick back up, So that's what I did.
Okay. Do you work closely with insurance companies?
Nah,
Not
not really. with this line of work, man, it's here. It's here. If you have I can't say that for anybody because some guys struggle, but some people need to go that route. But it really just depends on who you know, because a lot of my work comes from word of mouth. I mean, now since I started promoting on these social media platforms, I get calls from them on that end, which is more, but word of mouth is the best advertisement.
And that's where most of your jobs come from.
Yeah. People want to see, because I remember we did like 5,000 flyers on doors and like 4 people called, So
All right.
it was like, well, who is this? Or they probably didn't even look at it, just toss it, And if you have a person that says, hey, girl, he did, because ladies, they be the ones spending money. I mean, men is more simple when it comes to remodels, Most men are. Can't speak for all men. But this is what I experienced. More women want nice things. So they're the bulk of the customers that call. Yeah.
Okay. I never thought of it like that.
Yeah, I didn't either. That was
Yeah.
did not.
They spend more money. Without a woman in the house, you can forget about it.
Really?
Because the guy,
A woman is gonna bring order to the house.
Yeah.
She's gonna make a home.
Yeah.
And
God, he ain't trying to spend that money. Like, no, we can save. We can go down. I can go down to Menards and fix this myself.
I ain't gonna even talk about us. So
Yeah,
I ain't gonna do it. But I know this is factual, man. Men are more kind of reserved in a sense. We love our cars.
yeah.
We love our outfits. We
women
love
love
our women.
Women love that kitchen.
Give me a price
kitchen,
range of
the room. It's man.
Good. Give me a price range of like a woman's kitchen and like a man's kitchen if they had the choice.
Okay, a woman gonna spend $12,000. A man gonna spend $2,000.
Straight up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he might not even spend that too.
He gonna be like,
He might be like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Oh, it just need a little paint on the wall, man.
Yeah.
What
you
about
can sand these floors?
You can sand them floors. I got some peel and stick in the
Oh
basement.
no. Okay, give me a woman's bathroom and a man's bathroom.
I would say 9,000 a woman, a guy 12.
1,200.
12.
1,200.
He ain't gonna change the toilet. He ain't gonna change the sink. He ain't gonna change the towel inside the shower. He might just get a paint job
One of them,
and a new door.
one of them cover ups where we just put the tub over the tub.
Right.
I seen it.
Right.
I did that. Yeah, and then like a few years later, it was like you can hear the water up under the tub. It was like,
Oh, that's terrible. Tear it out.
yeah, it's
Get
like,
rid
oh
of
my
it.
God.
Yeah.
Okay.
You should have called
Now,
Taylor Made.
What about a man cave though? And I mean a good one.
A guy will spend some money on the man cave.
I'm about to say, give me one for a man cave though. We'll spend
In
on a
the
man
basement?
cave. Yeah. A basement with a lot of when I got some room.
If he got it, he'll spend $34,000.
Yeah.
There we go.
But the woman probably plays a big part on him spending that $34,000 because he
Yeah.
probably gonna find a cheap way out too in the man cave. Yeah.
He don't want to indulge himself in the man cave. Nice. Everything.
If he got it.
If he got it.
But see, a woman gonna spend money that she don't got.
She gonna find a way to get it.
Yeah.
Women always find a way to get that money.
Yeah.
I don't know what they be doing, but that ain't my business as long as you have it.
What's your prices like for like? I don't know. Can you start to finish everything?
Yeah, that's the mission.
That's
Start what I finish.
Have you ever gotten to like a house or a project you were like, whoa, this is gonna take some this was gonna take a little elbow grease.
Yeah, but I still take it on. As long as it's within my means. As long as I got the manpower, as long as I had the time, I'll take it on.
The commercial
It's a challenge.
commercial
I
things.
love challenges.
You love challenges?
Love it.
I believe that, man. You were saying a little earlier about training your mind for things like this.
Mm-hmm.
The mind is meant to be trained. Give me a little more about that. What do you?
basically what I was touching on is whatever you want to do in life, you got to practice it. You have to practice. So practicing physically, mentally, doing the studying, and you have to do these things as much as possible for you to be a pro.
Okay.
So the mind is designed to be trained because that's the way it's designed to be. You know, whatever you put in your mind, you can do it. You know, a lot of people say, well, no, I can't do this. It seems impossible. It seems impossible, but it's possible.
You just never. So,
and if I can do it, you can do it.
So how does someone start? How does someone start with the renovation business or a construction business?
It starts with that want. You got to have that zeal. You got to want to do it. You got to have that love for it. You know, and if you have all those things, then it can happen.
What if it's something that I'm good at, but I don't necessarily like doing it? I'm not going to persevere.
If you're good at doing it, you're going to want to do it. The money is the motivation. You know, if they willing to pay what you're worth, then you would do it. Far as like once you get into it, if it's like a 2-week project, out of those 2 weeks, you may say, I'm going to work every day.
Mm-hmm.
Or you might say, you know what, I'm only going to work 3 days out the week.
So this is a job where I can make my own schedule. It
really depends on you as an individual. You know what I mean? How bad do you want this? How bad do you love this? How deep, how broad is your passion for it? It's going to show, you know. I can sleep in if I want to. I can miss days if I want to. I can slack if I want to. But what is that going to do?
So you have your other guys out working while if you wanted to sleep in?
Yeah,
you can.
If I wanted to. But it's important for me to be the first one there and the last one to leave.
Mm.
You know?
You know you can't do that.
I can do that. I got to see what's going on.
Do you do it? Do you sleep in? Do you take? No, yeah, so I say, you know you can't do it. It's in you.
Yeah. You know, it's a passion.
Right.
You know what I mean? And once you have it, it's going to motivate you.
So
to do whatever you need to do.
How far out is your schedule? Like, say, for instance,
I got work for the rest of the year.
So if you meet a guy and he wants something done, he got to wait, or how do you do that? How do you maneuver?
Well, I mean, if I'm busy, then yeah, you got to wait. I'll be honest with him and tell him I can get to you next year in February or sometime in January.
That's wonderful.
And I mean, if he loves my work, then he'll wait.
Okay.
If he just want an estimate and I'm not available for his needs, then he won't.
Okay.
You know? And I'm okay with that.
So you pretty much, how do you loosen that time up where you can get things done quicker? What does it look like to make Taylor Made make more money, or are you
hire more people? Hire more people.
How does that look? Like, how does that look? Does it kind of mess things up when you hire more people? Or are you making less money? How does that work?
No, it's actually better to hire more people. But nowadays, it's hard to find skill set people.
Mm-hmm.
And someone with that want, with that passion, with that zeal. They're out here, but it's a little difficult to find them. You know, it's a lot of people they're already established, you know, and some of those I use as subcontractors, but as far as somebody just solely working for the company, it's difficult. But back to the women work better than the guys. And I don't mean to put guys down, but these women out here can really do some things.
Really?
Yes. And
you got women on your team? Mm-hmm. Or are they subcontractors?
They're on the team.
You got a team. How big is the team that's like with you all the time?
7 people.
7 people.
Yeah. 4 women and 3 guys.
Okay.
You said Taylor Made started in 2018? Did you say that?
19?
2019?
Renovations.
Renovations.
Before that, it was home improvement. Taylor Made Home Improvement, and Taylor Made Renovations.
So there was a progression. I'd like to know what are some. Everything has phases in it. Like here at the shop, there was tall tees, and then everyone went to shorter tees and a tighter fit, and then it's going back to tall, and then everyone was doing airbrush, and then everyone was like, airbrush is crazy. Now everyone was doing airbrush again. Are there trends in the renovation business center? So, like, what are they? Because, like, right now, everything that I'm seeing has
you got to keep up. Yeah.
Beautiful lighting. This LED lighting,
color
thing
lighting,
it's going
epoxy
crazy.
floors.
What epoxy floors?
So all that kind of stuff. I look at a lot of other people work too.
You do?
Yeah. And I marvel at their stuff. Like, man, he did a great job. And I'm gonna take that idea and put it with mine. That idea, put them together. Boom. I just created something immaculate that neither one of them did.
Never even heard of
You
it
feel
before.
me? Huh?
I said they had never even heard of this before. It's something brand new.
Well, it's just having a creative mind and using it.
Is it? Would you say it's your art? Like, this is how you are you able to express yourself through this?
It's definitely artwork. Yeah. Certain things are artwork, depending on what you're doing. When you're doing epoxy, that's definitely art. It's like freedom of creativity, because it's not going to come out the same and on everybody's floor. If we did the same colors in your basement, the same colors in your basement, the pattern's going to come out different. Yeah.
But you can get a similar look. But
similar. It'll be similar.
Not the same.
Yeah.
Now, you had no formal schooling. You just did all this on your own, huh?
A lot of this was just from reading.
No trade, no nothing.
Books.
Really?
A lot of books. Yeah, a lot of practice, a lot of books.
And now,
a lot of observation.
Do you ever go on like YouTube or anything to like, how he did that?
Yeah, I did do a little schooling, but it was more like book work, and it was like multiple choice type of thing.
Okay.
So
and electrical, plumbing, you do it all.
Yeah.
How is that? Are you saying that? And I understand, you learn it through books and things like that, but it would seem to me that this line of work would have to be something that was educated through hands-on experience.
Mm-hmm.
But you're saying that the book was the route to go. You're saying that's how you really learned it.
Yeah. I got the hands-on through, like I had mentioned back, was during the recession.
Okay.
And I remember I was doing this tile. This was my first tile job. I was doing this tile job, and I would go back out in the truck and flip back to the page. Like, okay, I gotta read this. I gotta make sure I'm doing this right. I was about 26 years old, and I gotta make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, yeah, I'm doing it right. Okay, proceed. Let's get back in here and knock this out. And doing this repetitiously for so many years, it becomes a second nature.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I understand that you can fix anything. I do that, but are there ever any mistakes made? I understand you can fix anything, but has there ever been like well,
nothing's perfect. So, I have my days sometimes where I can be off,
Yeah.
Yep, and I got to correct it.
Yeah.
Yep, so I don't like to correct it, but I got to correct it.
We're looking for that story like back in the day, like 20 years ago, where you just totally just messed up something because
it happens. It happens.
Yeah.
And every business happens.
Can you think of anything that like, oh my God, I got to redo this, so it's going to cost
like how far back does it set you? Because it does happen. It's not that it can't be fixed. We fix it.
Yeah, we fix it. We got it. Whatever it
but
costs.
Oh my God, this is 50 shirts printed upside down.
Yeah, wrong color.
Yeah, anything. That doesn't happen in
That's not major.
Who is this?
you know what? But it goes back to being the first one and the last one to leave. Me personally, I ain't ever
But your team might have messed something up.
They messed some walls up before, but it wasn't nothing like serious.
Mm-hmm.
It was serious, but it wasn't nothing that could have been fixed like within, I would say, 2 days, 3 days. You know what I mean?
It could set you back 2 days.
But that was a setback because we was planning on being finished.
Yes.
You know, so a setback is a setback, whether it's a small one or a big one. You know, it happened. Yeah. And try to avoid those kind of things. You know, the training is very important. So I do like.
You have a training
skits.
program?
Yeah. Yeah. And I do them quite often too.
How long does the training program last?
The training program lasts 2 months.
It's a 2-month training program.
2 months, yeah. And it's just on weekends. And let's say you wanted to work for me and I needed you to do floor tiles.
Okay.
Well, I can hire you right now
With no experience.
with no experience, but you're not going to be laying that tile until the training is over with. So after those 2 months of training, then I would trust you to handle a floor by yourself. Okay, but until then, you're going to be watching. You're going to be carrying stuff, you know.
Grunt
You're
work.
going to be the runner,
Right.
you know. But, hey, you got a job.
You got a job.
Yeah. So after some time, the benefits kick in. So you good. If you can stay, if you can work it,
If you can make it through.
you can make it through. Yeah, you solid. You in there.
Do you feel a recession coming on, or are we already in a recession, or how do you feel about that?
I feel like
How do
we're
you
already
think
in a
that's gonna-
recession.
Has that affected your
Yes.
business in any type of way?
Yeah, it affects it. It affects it. By a little bit. By a little bit, because I like I said, I got work.
You got work for a year out.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, really, it's like forever.
Yeah.
This stuff don't stop. I have to cut it off. But definitely, I could see the changes in the economy. You know, from the job losses. We know about the strike. We know about the food going up. We know about the gas prices fluctuating. You know, and there's other things that affecting the economy. You could see it, and a lot of people's not spending money. You know, they don't know what's about to happen next. There's a lot of politic things going on. There's a lot of things going on with other countries, with our country. So if you tapping into social media and you hearing these things, then you know. So some people hear them, they know about it. They're like, "What? Let me hold off."
do you fear of a recession? And if so, how have you changed your planning and the way you do things?
Well, I always think about investing. So the more I invest, the less my fears will be. Now, if I haven't invested properly,
Then you're gonna be scared
oh,
because you know.
it's critical, man.
So
you know?
is it investing
So,
in like
You want to invest in whatever.
so
Like me personally, I would invest in properties because there's so many properties here that's still at its low that you can take advantage of and own a house, refinance it, buy another one, repeat.
is that something that you do now since you
Yeah.
renovate houses? You buy houses as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then you got other investments too. So it's so many different things you can invest in. The whole thing of a matter is invest. Have multiple streams, as many streams as you can handle. You know, and then that would take away that fear. You know,
How are you deciding what to invest in?
well, you got to do your research. You know, whatever you feel comfortable, whatever you willing to take a risk in, invest in it.
And if you're not comfortable with in any of those situations,
Well,
fields.
Well, I mean, risk and comfortable are two different things, aren't they?
well, you have to have both.
What do you mean by that?
You have to be comfortable to take a risk.
You right
What does he
about
mean by that?
Meaning, if you ain't got it, you ain't risking it.
If you can lose, if you can afford to lose
Yeah.
10 G's,
Then do it.
then you
Make the
comfortable
investment.
to take the risk.
But if you like holding on so tight, then don't do it. You know what I mean? So you can invest. What he's saying, you can invest, but be able to afford to invest it.
Invest. Okay. Multiple investments is what you said.
As many as you can handle.
Do you ever think you can spread yourself too thin?
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible.
Have you ever
and
got
it's,
in
and it's
that?
not a good feeling.
Have you ever got in that situation
I got
where
in
I
that
had to cut
situation.
some of these down?
I got in that situation, and it was stressful.
And tell me how and what happened.
Well, I invested in lots of material, and I only had so many places. I had 3 storages, a garage, a basement, and a couple homes.
Okay.
Right? So they all got filled with stuff.
But this stuff you're going to always use, though, right?
It's like stock, right?
Seem like it'd be a good thing to do.
But if it's in the house, how can I finish this to pull an investment from it? How can I renovate it to put a tenant in it or to sell it? You know, so it's kind of like stuck. I was kind of
So
stuck.
it was like a storage that you couldn't.
Right. Then with home, it was like I got stuff in the garage, stuff in the basement. I can't even finish the basement. You know, so it was like, man, I can't come home like this no more.
Mm-hmm.
I got too much stuff, and it was bothering me mentally, you know, because my boys, they go to work with me sometime, and they see all this lavish work I'm doing for everybody else. And they be like, Daddy, when you gonna do our basement?
Well, why does a shoemaker's shoes have holes?
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, I'm gonna get to it. But see, it goes back to what I was talking about that woman. See, that woman was there. She wouldn't tolerate that.
Right.
You know, she might sanction me. This might be some things I ain't gonna get if I make that correction. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, I had to make some adjustments, man. I had to get rid of some stuff. I had to throw some stuff away with my eyes closed, and I felt like, and I didn't have the money to get a building at that time, but that's really what I needed, just a huge warehouse, because doing this kind of work, materials come.
Mm-hmm.
They come. I mean, you got people who throw away so much good stuff, and it's like, I can't throw that away. Those are nice countertops. You know, they be granite, and they just old granite, but granite is a rock. It can be repolished, refinished to a beauty.
Right.
You know, cabinetry. Some people just feel like, well, we got these cabinets 10, 12 years ago. We like the shaker. We're going to get the shaker whites, you know, but we don't want to paint them. So we're going to get rid of these cherry hardwood cabinets.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, you want to get rid of it? No problem. I get them out of here, and it's going right to the storage.
So going back to all that stuff you had stored in the house and stuff, what did you do?
Yeah. So eventually, like I said, some stuff I had to throw away, but some of the stuff I had to kind of restructure, because now I'm only down to like one storage.
Okay.
All right. I had dissolved too, because now I want to save money too.
Okay.
So what I did was I got a building. So I was able to put a lot of, it's 2,500 square feet, and it's just empty. So a lot of stuff was able to go in there.
Mm-hmm.
Had to build some shelves, and everything has its place.
Mm-hmm.
So that helped.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, running a business is hard. You got a lot of.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
You know,
So do you?
it looks good, it sounds good, but it's not easy.
You do like all your accounting work and like
No,
usually
I have an accountant.
Okay, so the books and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Did you start dating again?
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Usually a woman would kind of like help a guy out. I know with me, my wife helps me out a lot, and I like when you said your wife passed, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
That's tough.
The older you get, the harder the dating thing is.
Okay.
Yeah, especially when you had kids too, you know, because it's like you got this time spread, and you got your kids' work, and your own personal. It's like, okay, what does she fit in at?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a crammer in somewhere. But what if she can't fit in some of the places where time slots where you want her to fit in at because of her schedule?
Right.
And what if she have kids? You know, so it varies. You know, I mean, I'm not giving up on it, but it's something that is very much essential. But it's difficult.
Yeah,
It's
I
difficult.
can imagine.
Yeah.
Is
It has
dating
its,
hard now?
it has its challenges.
Well, I only ask that because there's just so many, and I don't use them, but I feel like information and everything else is faster now and more accessible, even with all the dating sites and everything else is out. It's still a challenge the older you get, or even just as the owner of a business, it's still no real room to. I feel like anything could be adjusted, but I'm not in those shoes.
Well, you make time for what you want.
Yeah.
But it's got to line up with her. It's got to line up.
So you're saying it's not just about you. It's also about that. That's the thing. It's not just about you and your time. It's the other person as well.
Right. You got to consider both. That's a relationship. Everybody got to respect everybody's differences.
Yeah, that's true. Commercial buildings, Taylor Made, anything that we would have seen around the city?
Interior, Charles Wright Museum. We did some work in there. Yeah. We did some finishing work, some restoration work in there.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a place downtown. It used to be a gentleman's club. It's something else now. But yeah, we redid all that in there. That was real exotic too. That was down on Grand Street, right around the corner from, like Woodward and stuff like that. Yeah. But other than that, not sure.
And all
not sure if you would know these other places.
in all your years of doing restoration, what's like the biggest job as far as money is concerned that someone's paid for a job, complete job?
Like $85,000.
Well, and what was that?
That was a whole house renovation from the basement all the way up to, it was a colonial, from the basement to the upstairs.
How many square
Yeah,
feet was
three.
that house?
I think that was about 17 square feet.
Okay.
Jesus. Can you one more time give everyone and the people in the back a way to get in contact with you? I know you said word of mouth was one of your main things, but
I can be contacted direct cell phone 313-850-6840. I'm on Instagram, Taylor Made HOM. The website is Renovations without an S, Renovation, Taylor Made Renovation.com. And Facebook is Demetrius Taylor. You can look for the logo, Taylor Made Renovations. And Google. You can Google me. You forget all those things. Just Google Taylor Made Renovations.
It's going to pop up.
And it's going to pop up. You can do that on the mic, Taylor Made Renovations. Boom. There it is. Hit me up. Got any questions, concerns? You might qualify for a free estimate. Call me and find out.
hey, and what are some future projects coming up that we may be seeing in the city, because there is a lot going on here?
Well, you definitely gonna see some home renovations, but just be looking out. Look out on those social media platforms, and I'll post it.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you very much for being here with us.
All
sir.
right.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Thanks for
Appreciate
being here,
y'all
man.
guys.
It's been a
Taking time
pleasure.
out of your busy day.
Yeah, a busy day.
Yes,
Come
sir.
up here and kick it with us like we always do around this time.
Hey,
My man, Demetrius.
You have just listened to the Can You Picture This podcast? The podcast for the strongest, fastest, most powerful t-shirt/print shop on this side of the Eastern Seaboard. You can catch us in the heart of Detroit, Greenfield and Grand River, Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Our address is 14223 Greenfield Road, Detroit, Michigan 48227. Our phone number is 313-273-5000.